Okay,
All right, ready.
7 p.m. December 15th. It's a Zoom meeting, 2020. Time to call the City of Torrington Inland Wetlands Commission meeting to order. Serving on the commission this evening are Jane Baker, Christine Altman, William Storty, Thomas Kalinowski. I see Bay also present is Jeremy Leifert, Assistant City Planner and Inland Wetlands Enforcement Officer. Next is minutes for approval for the 11/18/20 meetings.
I move we accept the November 17th minutes as presented.
I'll second that.
Motion and second. All in favor, Jane?
Aye.
Bill?
Aye.
Christine?
Aye.
Tom?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is old business. Show cost property owner, Ron Raymond. Address, City Lane, Assessor Map 101, Block 011, Lot 008. Violation grading and material processing within a regulated area without permits. Guess it's for discussion, no site plans available yet.
Yeah, so we sent the information out to him to see if he had, he wanted to give us any updates. I don't see him signed in or in the waiting room or anything. But the last time we met with him was just a couple days before the last meeting, and he had actually shown us information that his wetland survey had actually been done, but his survey hasn't been put on a plan yet. So we're waiting. We can't do anything with the cease and desist. One of our conditions for lifting the cease and desist was that they show us a wetland survey on a plan.
Okay.
So I will see if I can get some more information on where that plan stands.
Everything's stable up there, right?
Well, not all the piles have been moved that were on the side of the. So, I mean, there's still technically deposition violations there. They're definitely seeing where the survey lines are now. There's definitely work within 75 feet. So, I think to get sort of final, satisfaction on the violations, you'll have to get those piles out of there, at least out of the regulated area.
But is it washing into wetlands or anything?
It's mostly gravelly type stuff, but I haven't been in deep enough to see. I know there's no erosion control around it. So I'd have to walk into the property quite a bit. I mean, not quite a bit, but a couple hundred feet to be able to actually see them.
Well, you can always tell him that he has to get erosion control up if he doesn't get moving a little bit.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Any other discussion on that? No? Okay, next is applicant Michael Gutowski, location 259 West Side Road. Activity septic system repair within regulated area with proposed wetlands cross.
I'll share this plan back up on the screen in case we have any questions.
Thank you.
One sec.
Okay. Good evening. For the record, Dennis McMorrow, Berkshire Engineering and Surveying. Presented the plan to your commission last month. And just to go over it again quickly, there's a diagonal band of wetlands that runs from the southwest corner of the property to the northeast corner out by West Side Road. The existing dwelling and the existing septic are in the southeast corner of the property up by the road. And when we tested that front area, there was no viable area to prepare a septic repair for the property. And so we did go and test in the northwest corner of the property, and that material is suitable for a subsurface septic per the Connecticut Health Code. And we performed that testing, and we went ahead and did the topographic survey and the wetland delineation and prepared this plan. It will be a good area, it meets the health code in all aspects, but we do have to cross an old wood road. There's into the back, and the way I was proposing that is to lay down some stabilization fabric and add some crushed stone on top of that to be able to back the trucks up the hill and be able to bring the sand in that will be required for the septic installation. And then also there will be a 2-inch Schedule 40 PVC pump line that'll go from the pump septic tank and pump chamber out by the road. And I'll follow up that existing wood road into the site, and it'll be our driveway up, and the effluent will be pumped up into the northwest corner of the property. And I did not see any viable areas on the roadside of the property. Plus you have the well radius that we have to respect in that corner of the property also. But the soils were old, filled in soils, and definitely not suitable for a septic by today's standards.
So the one question we brought up last month, and I guess we can maybe get it on the record again. You couldn't go around the southern part of the property because of the stone walls and the tiers, and I think we had that discussion.
Correct.
Why we couldn't come around. I don't know if you can see my cursor, but down here.
Correct.
Yeah.
Even if we could get the pump line up there, we still need the driveway to access with the septic fill.
Yep.
I have no questions on it.
Yeah, I don't either.
I submitted a write-up as well on the plan. I didn't have any objections. There were just two in the recommendations for conditions should the application be approved. There were just two additions, and they both came out of comments from the engineering department. And that was that a right-of-way permit be obtained for the temporary access, and that it be restored. The whatever the access point is to West Side Road is restored when the work is done. And Paul just had he just had a little bit of concern, not a huge amount of concern, that maybe 2-inch wouldn't be big enough on the stone, but it wasn't enough for him to say definitively we should use bigger trap rock. It's just kind of I think he's kind of fine with 2-inch, but he just wants it to be like an on-site decision if we need to go with bigger stone.
Okay.
So other than that, I just had standard conditions other than those two.
I move that we grant the application for Michael Gutowski, 259 West Side Road, for septic system repair within regulated area with proposed wetlands crossing, that right of way be granted, and that the area, the point of right of way, point of entry from West Side Road is restored after the work is done.
I'll second the motion.
Motion and second, all in favor, Jane,
Aye.
Christine,
Aye.
Bill,
Aye.
Tom?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries.
Thank you all.
All set?
Have a good holiday.
Thank you,
Yeah, you
Dennis. Two.
Okay, there is no new business.
Nope, I don't have any. No.
Oh, next is staff report.
So I distributed, hold on, let me get myself situated here. Throwing the wrong things away. Right, so I had three remaining three remaining agent approvals that I had to catch up everybody on. A couple that I didn't have on the agenda last month, and one new one. So 1009 Torrington East is a kind of a newer one from the last couple of weeks. This is kind of out close to, it's like that first property when you come in from East Main, that old kind of construction type building there, the storage garage. There's a new owner there, and there's if you're looking at it on the right side, there's just an old barn. It's almost like an old addition barn door on the side of that building. And he wants to take that piece of the building down, pour an actual slab underneath it, and just replace it same size. But he's got to do a little disturbance there. It's all in the upland review area. I think the closest point's about 40 feet away from an actual water course and some wetlands that are on that site. So the next one was 32 Spencer Road. That's actually another one that Dennis did. It's a septic, basically a very similar project, a septic repair where they had to relocate the septic on the site, but this one's all everything's in the upland area for this one. And then the final one is AJ Resources. This is the not right across from the parking lot for the Sue Grossman Trail, but like the next property up, if you're going towards Winston. There was some earth excavation activity going on the side of the hill there. So it came out of a zoning enforcement action. They went before planning and zoning and got approval for an earth excavation activity. They're going to put a series of retention basins in on the site. And the work is, I think the closest point for the work is about 150 feet away from the wetland. But the stormwater, if it overflows those basins, if there's actually water coming out of those stormwater retention basins, it runs across underneath Winstead Road and right into the wetlands on the other side. So this is one of those that we kind of pulled in. We were outside, the work was outside of the 75-foot area, but it had a potential to, have an impact in the future. So I asked them to at least get an agent permit, so it would be on my regular routine maintenance to make sure the basins are working like they should, at least for a 5-year duration of the permit. So that's all I had for the agent approvals. If anybody's got any, I don't know if anybody's got any questions on those.
Enforcement update, nothing for that.
What's that?
And it says enforcement update. Did you have any enforcement stuff?
Oh, so it's just an update. I'm just going to get in the habit of sending out an updated spreadsheet to everybody in the packets each month. Unless you want me to go over it, I think the best way to do that is if anybody wants to go over anything specific off of that list. It's going to kind of grow and shrink depending on the time of year. So if anybody's got any questions, I can try to answer on specific ones, but I'm just going to, make sure everybody stays in the loop on the active enforcement cases. It looks like we did take a few off the list from last month, but we have 6 active ones right now, just involving wetlands. And then there was actually one thing that, never mind. I guess it's for communications.
Oh, we lost Jay.
Oh, lost Jay. Oh, we're rudderless. Christine, better unmute.
Okay, I guess it's on me. So we're pretty much, that's it, right? We can adjourn?
We just have the communications. I just have.
Okay. So let's go to communications.
All right. So one thing that did not make the agenda was the 2021 meeting calendar. I think we're on our kind of standard schedule, so we're not running into.
Does that have to be approved? That has to be approved, right?
It should
No?
be, yeah. I mean,
Okay,
since we're, I don't think it's set in stone, but since we're together, we might as well.
all right. Can I move that? If I'm the rudder now? Can
Yeah,
I make that? Okay, so I'll move that we accept the schedule for the 2021.
I'll
Second,
second
okay. but you
Okay,
can
we
say-
have a motion and a second. All in favor? Let me look at all of our, Tom,
Tom on the
Aye.
second.
Jane,
Aye.
Bill?
Aye.
Okay. So motion carries.
Was that Tom on the second?
Did
It was
Jeremy,
either Tom or Jane. They both were trying for it.
Yeah.
So pick one.
Okay.
Jeremy, I thought I saw that list of meetings. Did you email it perhaps?
I think it went out in I think Lona sent it out in the packet.
Well, I don't have it here with me, but I know I saw it sometime today, maybe. Okay,
Oh, yeah, I just assumed it was in my packet that Lona gave me, so
Yeah.
I assumed it was with everybody's.
I must have had it here. I must have left it somewhere else. Okay,
I mean, if anybody's got any questions, if it looks like we're gonna have a big conflict with any of the meetings, we can,
no.
I don't think we can change it, but we can always cancel and do a special meeting. So, and then I just, we had that, oh, you're, Christine, you're muted.
Okay. So then do we have the law review?
Yeah, so we had that Cacuic meeting a couple weeks ago, and it was all online, and we got through it. It was only in the morning, but it was definitely hard to sit through 5 hours of
Oh,
meetings. But what the big thing was two back-to-back sessions of law reviews and updates for wetlands. So I thought rather than just trying to give you the recordings for that, which I wouldn't ask you to sit through 5 hours of it. I just pulled a list of the important court cases, and there's five big ones, but you can go into this link through Cause, and I can send it to everyone to get the full. Oh, there's Jay. To get the full details of these cases, but I'll just go through the five main ones that I have real quick. The first one is Finley versus Inland Wetland Commission of Town of Orange. And that one overturned a wetlands approval. Well, overturned a wetlands approval, no, I'm sorry, hang on. Yeah, it had to do with interveners, and it overturned a wetlands approval because they required a bunch of conditions that should have been considered during the hearing, that they wanted all this information presented after they closed the hearing because they were up against the deadline. Basically what the court said was that was, an improper order of things. If you're gonna ask for things like erosion control plans and other information that you need to be considering during the hearing, during your hearing, then it needs to be done then and not conditioned. Basically, they went overboard with conditions when it should have been considered during. So then there's Unistar versus Inland Wetlands of the Town of Putnam, and that upheld the right of commissions to request things like wildlife inventories as part of their decisions or their information. There's a later case that deals with how you actually use that information, but which one of them is, I guess, next, River Bend versus, IWC of the Town of Simsbury. That had to do with substantial evidence and how things are considered outside of the upland review area, which the agent approval I issued for that earth excavation is a good example. You have to show some connection if you're going to go outside your upland review area, that there is a potential to affect, there's a legitimate potential to affect the the wetland resource. So this basically Riverbend like weighed what you can go way out of bounds on that is basically what this decision says. So it has to be, some sort of reasonable effect and connection to the wetland. Prestige Builders versus Wetland Commission, City of Ansonia. This is basically saying unless you establish your upland review area and under your regulations, you can consider things outside of the wetlands. Ansonia did not have an upland review area, so they couldn't consider anything outside of the wetland area. And then a big one, this one comes up every single time we review wetlands. That's Avalon Bay versus Inland Wetland Commission of the town of Wilton. And that was them denying an application based on the impacts to spotted salamanders that were outside of the wetland and inside of the wetland. Basically this one resulted in some law amendments, but basically what this says is you can't only consider the impacts on wildlife or plants. It has to be a physical impact, resulting physical impact to the wetland. So, you can kill spotted salamanders, but if the death of the salamanders means if there's going to be some permanent effect on the wetland resource, then you can make that kind of decision, but not for the salamanders themselves. And then there's another list of kind of secondary court cases that if, someone's bored on a Sunday, you want to read court cases. But as usual, like at least once a year, I try to update everyone on anything new, but it's been this year, there's been no court, so no court cases.
Okay. Is that it?
That is all I have.
Then
Okay, I'm back on, but I'm on the phone.
Oh,
So Jay, really the only thing you missed is as we just accepted the schedule for next year, and I just went over that some of the important court cases. I think that came to you in the packet.
Yeah, I heard most of those.
And I'm gonna send. There's actually a link. I don't think I sent you the link, but you can actually click on all those cases and get the full case online. So I'll send you that link.
Okay. All right, I guess next is adjournment.
I move we adjourn.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion and second. All in favor, Jane,
Aye.
Christine,
Aye.
Bill,
Aye.
Tom?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries.
At 7:26.
7:26. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Okay, everybody have a good
Bye.
holiday.
Happy holidays.
Too.
Stay safe in the snow.
Yeah.
Yep.